what really stood out for me is that do not politicize God, do not bring God into politics. In the north, it has been happening for a long time, and we saw how the Ram Mandir issue actually gave a fillip to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and today whatever it is, lot of water has flown down the Saryu river. So, I do not want to go back on that, but so far as Tirupati is concerned, it is so sad. I want your opening comments, Mr. Prasad, and then I will ask you about all the observations made by the court, sir.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening to the panelists and good evening to the viewers. Ma'am, as and when some situations goes odd, you are there for us. In the national media, you will always make a good noise from your end, and you will see through that the real facts will come into the present. And as far as Tirumala is concerned, we are the devotees for years together, and there are 146 crores of Hindus in the worldwide who really praises the God like anything, and we see through that all the things will happen in straight line. And all of a sudden, out of the box, so-called a very experienced person like Chandrababu Naidu has given a controversial statement without consideration into the facts, without going into the details, and all of a sudden, out of the box, he has given a controversial statement. That has really led to a lot of ruckus, and people are giving all sort of explanations. And if you really look into the situations, how it has been, the situations, and as far as the perfection which was taking place as far as making up laddu is concerned, which was there from decades, and there is a procedure which currently follow properly by the respect to TTD authorities and as well as employees of Tirumala. Even after, and it is tenure also, the 14 times the containers got rejected in Tirumala, and in the same scenario, 18 times got rejected in YS Jagannath Reddy's government tenure. Without taking into the confidence, all of a sudden, Chandrababu Naidu, a seasoned politician and experienced politician, has given an out-of-box statement, which has really led to ruckus. And end of the time, it is a question of saying something, and if he had right to take it back with the right spirit, and because it comes to a lot thing and other things. Without considering it, he has extended the controversy. That controversy has extended to the level of Supreme Court, and Supreme Court today, the way it has given back to the entire Hindus, without happening anything, how you given the voice? This is the straight question which has shooted to the respect to Chandrababu Naidu, and the answerless situation has been driven by Lodra. And if you really follow that entire conversations in respect to Supreme Court, the Goa and Viswanathan, the questions from their end, answerless situation from the respective government, and in the same scenario, the addressing lawyer also is helpless. He said very clearly that 4 containers got rejected. He prima facie has admitted the mistake. Without happening the mistake got been identified, and as if something goes wrong with the Lord God, and this was been addressed. Then suddenly Supreme Court voice made the entire Hindu families that nothing has happened to the respect to God, and we are all fine with the laddu and other things.
Absolutely.
Coming into the government.
Yeah, and anyway, the laddu prasadam is first offered to the Lord. We all forget. And for the devotees, I am one. If the God gives me a laddu which is half broken, I will eat it. So it's about faith, Mr. Prasad. We all come from that region. It's faith. And today the Supreme Court has made some very, very scathing remarks on this entire issue, because I'll tell you, a lot of people were distressed. They were disturbed. But they were also saying, we will go and partake of the laddu. Let me come back to you. Mr. Narayan Murthy, namaste. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Narayan Murthy, please understand, here I am trying to understand. Today we know what the Supreme Court has said. It has listed a lot of things, and it's a very scathing remark made by the Honorable Supreme Court. But I want to ask you, in July, if 2 tankers or 2 samples were found adulterated. I know that they took over in June, but the point is, do you think, sir, somewhere a mistake was done? Somewhere, I am not going to name anyone, sir. It is very wrong to say, oh, Shyamala Rao or Mr. Subba Reddy. That's not how somewhere, some human being made an error, sir.
That's what. See, the mechanism for the checking of the purity of the ghee or whatever ingredients we are using making the laddu or whatever prasada of Lord Venkateshwara. That is the reason we have a 3 phases checking system in the TTD. It is not today's. It is decades. So thoroughly every ingredient which is using for the making of laddu or prasada of Lord Venkateshwara, they check thoroughly. Not one time, 3 times, 3 different teams will check it unless it is equally pure as far as checklist of TTD, they will not allow. There ends the matter, in fact. There is no chance of impure ghee or any ingredient to get into the TTD premises. There is no chance at all. But unnecessarily, without base, without proof, Chandrababu Naidu garu made allegations, political allegation it is, diversion allegations. We're not supposed to talk politically now because I am not talking as a political leader or from.
Mr. Narayan Murthy, I want to ask you something. Why did Jagan Mohan Reddy, I know that the government served him notices, but in retrospect, when you look back, Mr. Narayan Murthy, do you think he should have cancelled his trip? He could have gone on the 28th, no? Saturday is such a great day for the Lord. Why did he cancel his trip? That also proves he's playing into politics.
I think you don't know the fact. I think. Because the police given a notices to all leaders of YSR Congress party saying that we are not allowing Jagan Mohan Reddy garu also. There is no permission to come to the temple. That is the reason nobody allowed to temple premises or temple area. Don't come. And at the same time, they arrested. How they arrested? Each and every leader of YSR Congress party, MLAs, corporators, chairmans, who were out there. This is what the fact. That's what they're manipulating all newses. This is not right at all. Because Telugu Desam party having some media in their hand, with that help, they are making all false news spread over the country or state. This is not right. They given a notices to not to come to the temple. How can it stop? I think in the history of India, then no CM stopped, no opposition.
Yeah, but then, sir, your government also, sir, pardon me, but your government also stopped Pawan Kalyan garu, no? When he went to
No, not at all. That is land order issue where, Visakhapatnam. We didn't stop it. For his safety only, we stopped that day.
That's what they are saying. That public peace will be disturbed if Jagan garu. Anyway, sir, okay, K.S. Prasad, I want you to come. Look at some of these statements. And it really, it says the Supreme Court questioned whether the substandard ghee had indeed been used in the preparation of the prasadam, to which Luthra, he said, we are investigating. For me, that is really a huge thing. You are investigating. Then if you are investigating, you do not know the adulterated ghee bit that must have been kept, that you sent for testing. Did you send the entire lot for testing? Was the adulterated ghee used for making laddus? And the answer is we are investigating, Mr. Prasad. Then why go to the press?
That's what. Today, the developments in respect to Supreme Court is very clear and evident. For the sake of entire Hindus, they have taken the call and they said very clearly, adulterated ghee, when it comes to adulterated ghee, the entire Swamivari prasadams, annadanams, everything will be done with the same ghee. Instead of contaminating the entire thing, why they are only blaming laddu? This is what the first suited question to the respect to Luthra. And he is helpless. As you said, they are in the process of investigating. These sit authorities are competent enough, or you want something more? This is also another question which was suited to the respect to Luthra to the respect to Supreme Court, from Supreme Court. And it got postponed to 3rd of October. As far as these particular things are concerned, SIT is not a competent authority. As far as SIT is concerned, today smartly they are taking all sort of excuses, and today 3 days investigation is over. After that, what they'll say is nothing is adulterated. When it comes to the adulteration, they have literally taken more than 2 months to exhibit the report. It is a manipulated and fabricated report. NEDB report is categorically said. As far as adulterated ghee is concerned, it is not adulterated. It's a vegetable vanaspati. That is nothing but a vegetable fat. Instead of that, they manipulated all sort of fabricated reports, and today they presented as smartly. Chandrababu Naidu used a word, it is an adulterated ghee. And subsequently, they need to send to NIN, which is their National Nutrition Development Authorities there in Hyderabad, the FSL. They are not sent to that. Even they are not sent to the Mysore lab. They are sent smartly to the NDDB. And NDDB report is also clear, it is vegetable vanaspati. But the fabricated and fish oil and all, even the fish oil thing also, court has categorically said, Vegetable oil cannot be manipulated as a fish oil. How you did it? No answer from their end. Altogether, Chandrababu Naidu is addressed in public meeting. How can he, without taking into the context, without not even taking the second opinion? This is what the foot down which was given it to the Andhra Pradesh government by the respect to Supreme Court. Today, there is no excuse for these people to take. In the same scenario, when Andhra Pradesh government, Neelam Sanjeev Reddy happened to be the chief minister, court has blamed the government. That time, the gentleman Neelam Sanjeev Reddy has smartly stepped down from the chief minister's chair. Today, the same situation has been attributed to the chief minister as well as to the deputy chief minister. Both are said same words. As far as Sanatan Dharma is concerned, deputy CM smartly cleaned the steps of Kanakadurgamma temple, and he said all sort of pravachanas, which is against to the against and as well as contradiction and contradictory to the Sanatan Dharma. Today, these people have to step down from their chair. As a chief minister, irresponsible statement, irresponsible conduct, code of conduct in respect to Samajam, both chief minister and deputy chief minister have to resign. There is no option left. They need to refer Neelam Sanjeev Reddy's situation and stanzas, what court has deliberated, then how he has stepped down. The same line falls to these two people.